Paige, do you want to know what I was doing before I got here today?
What were you doing?
So I was home with my husband, and he just like sits down on the couch next to me, and he's like, "Do you want to take some emotional damage?" So of course I said yes, right? So he finds this episode of Adventure Time, which I'm very new to, but Game Boy has been watching forever and ever.
Love Adventure Time.
Okay, so you and Game Boy can bond over that. So anyway, he puts on the episode where like the Ice King and some girl named Madeline, what's her name? The vampire one.
I can't
that
think
writes
of her name.
songs.
Marcelie.
Marcelie. Sure, that one. Her and the Ice King write a song about dementia or something, which is a trigger for me. He knows that. So I was crying, and then my mother-in-law shows up at the door, and I'm like crying, and I'm trying to make it seem like our marriage is okay because it's nothing to do with that. But my husband likes giving me emotional damage on a Saturday night. That's what we do. Anyway, welcome to Paige and Pixel. I'm Pixel.
I'm Paige.
And we have opinions about books and games. This is very exciting. This is our first episode.
Numero uno.
Number one, for those of you that only speak English. And what book are we? We're starting with it. So here's a little bit about the format of the show going forward. We're going to take turns. We believe in sharing. So some episodes will be about a book, and Paige will tell me all about the book. And here's the thing. I read. I know how to read. I don't read books as much as Paige does. That's what I'm trying to say. So she's going to explain to me a book that I know nothing about virtually, and I'm in real time going to react as I would, because that's what I'm doing, because I don't know anything about these books. And then some weeks I'm going to explain a video game that I love dearly, and Paige is going to react because she won't know anything about it because she won't have played it. So that's a bit about the show. We're going to kick things off with a book episode. Paige, take it away.
All right, y'all. If you're in the book community, you know about the heated rivalry craze. Yes, that's right. We are starting off strong with heated rivalry. It is a whirlwind. So here's the thing. I've read all the books and I've watched the show. This is a book. This is about a book, though, so we are only talking about the book. We are not talking about the movie. So if you've only seen, the show, if you've only seen the show, don't come up here and correct me, because the book is different, okay? And if you're sad that I'm not going to talk about the show, I don't know what to tell you. You'll just have to ask for my opinions.
And I think we should say this now. We don't care about you motherfuckers, so we're going to spoil this. We're going to say all the details we want to about these books and video games because, and hear me when I say this is for us. This is things we need to talk about. And if you want to listen in, like, more power to you. But there will be spoilers. Don't whine at us that we spoiled the ending of something that you should have experienced in its own right before coming to our door. So, sorry, you can have this back, okay?
So here we go. Basically, the whole series, so it's a series of book, Heated Rivalry is book number 2. So overall, the entire series is a bunch of stories about queer hockey players who are changing the game. They are making it more open and accepting. They're getting rid of the homophobia in the sport, and they are making it open and accepting for the LGBTQ community.
Nice.
So that is kind of the general overview of the whole series. Now, this book focuses on, spoiler alert, a heated rivalry between the two biggest stars in the game, Ilya Rozanov and Shane Hollander. But what the public doesn't know is that on the side...
Are they boinking on the side?
They're boinking on the side.
I love it.
So, they are doing this fully in secret because they're supposed to hate each other, and also, the NHL is super homophobic. So, that's what's going on there. But, spoiler alert, they start to fall in love, but they're not going to tell each other that because that would ruin everything.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm tracking so far. So they know each other, they find each other, they hook up, they become a regular hookup thing, but their hearts maybe aren't in it at first, so they don't want they don't want the other to think, but then because they're rivals, it's a heated rivalry, right? It's right in the title. They don't want their emotions to show, but then the love, the heart comes through. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm up to date.
All right, so they're struggling. They're starting to fall in love. They're letting their feelings kind of become a little less subtle. Things are happening. But Ilya he's really not sure. He thinks he's gonna break it off, but then another hockey player in the league, who you'll have to read book 1, but he comes out in a very public way. At the end of the Stanley Cup, he gets his boyfriend, he kisses him on camera. It's a whole thing. Oh. And this inspires Ilya and Shane. They are gonna make this work. And so they're starting to plan things and trying to figure out what they're gonna do. How are they gonna make their relationship public? It's this whole convoluted plan, right. Honestly.
Because they're on separate teams, so it's not just the gay of it all, right? It's the Russia versus US. That's probably not what's going on. It's not the 80s Olympics. What are their teams?
No, they're both in the NHL. It's the Boston Bears and
no way, it's the Bears.
And the Montreal Voyageurs.
No.
It's different in the show, but again, we're talking about the book. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so what they end up deciding is they are gonna just kind of, not Shane. Ilya is going to trade teams. He is going to, they're gonna be closer together. They're both gonna be on Canadian teams. They're gonna start a charity together because that's what you do when you're rich and you have nothing else to do. You start charities. So they're gonna start a charity and they're gonna be friends. And then after they retire, they'll finally make their relationship public. They're like, oh, we'll tell our close family and friends, but before they can tell anyone, who walks in on them but Shane's father.
Oh, no, you don't want that. Listen, you don't want that even if you're not gay,
right?
You don't want anyone walking in on anybody putting any like private part in any other private place when it's a parent, but especially
they were just kissing at that point. Nothing too.
It's almost like this isn't actually smut. Is this not actually smut?
No, I mean it's got a little bit, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm disappointed. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, so the book ends. His parents are super accepting of him, and like they're super confused that it's his like arch rival, but they come around and they're cool and they're super supportive. And the book ends. They announce their charity, and it's kind of this like happy for now type of thing. The last book in the series is also about Shane and Ilya, so their story is not over at the end of this book. But anyway, that is just kind of a quick overview. That's the rapid fire. So, but I want to talk to you about like my favorite. It's not just one moment, but it's like a sequence of moments, but it is just like, I look back on it and I'm like, this is the most insane storytelling. Okay, so they're at this point where they have both separately realized that they are in love with each other, but they are not going to tell anyone. And Ilya, like I said, he's like, I gotta end this. We're going to end up like, we're going to get caught or we're going to break each other's hearts or something bad is going to happen. But then Shane gets hurt on the ice in a game that they are playing against each other. And Ilya cannot leave his side. It's so beautiful, but also nobody else knows. And like Ilya is just like trying to make sure he's okay. And like there's this point Shane says like, he's like, Ilya, we're not alone. They can see us. And like Shane is so concerned. And Ilya is just like, hey, is the love of my life okay? But also nobody knows he's the love of my life. And I'm not even going to say out loud that he's the love of my life yet. But because Shane is injured, his team does not get to go to the Stanley Cup. And then Ilya's team doesn't make it to the Stanley Cup either, which paves the way then for this other gay man who's on another team to get to the Stanley Cup. Sure. And then he kisses his boyfriend, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Ilya goes to visit Shane in the hospital, and Shane wants him to come to his cottage during their little break, because hockey has like the most insanely long season, which is stupid. Why is it like that? I don't know. I don't watch hockey.
So you didn't grow up? So I grew up in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is a hockey town. So like I have seen hockey games on the television. I went to a hockey game when I was a kid with my cousin's fiance, who she dumped before the wedding, and he was an absolute jerk. He like abused his dog. He was a nightmare. And then my mom told me I couldn't go to the bathroom when I was with him, so I just held it the whole game. It was a whole thing. But I've been live. I've seen hockey. I don't remember where I was going. I had something to say about hockey, and it's the seasons. Long seasons. Yeah, the seasons are ridiculous, especially like because it's in cold weather places, and winter is an unending thing in Canada. So yeah, you're right. I feel like it's gone. You should keep going.
Okay. Anyway, so he's like, hey, come to my cottage during our break. And Ilya, in his head, because, we're reading the book, and so we kind of get both points of view. Ilya's like, no, I can't do this. I cannot. But he's kind of like, maybe I'll do it. Maybe. And so fast forward then, they're both watching the Stanley Cup final. Mm-hmm. And they see this other man bring his boyfriend out onto the ice. They kiss. It's insane. And something clicks in their brains that they're like, we are going to make this work. And it's so great. It's so exciting. It's like a rush. Oh my gosh. I was like, yes, they're doing it. It's going to happen. So then there's this whole montage of them at the cottage, and it's so fun because Ilya is hilarious. He is from Russia. And so sometimes he just like has this humor that is like very like cut and dry. And I don't know, it's hilarious. So Ilya is cracking jokes the whole time. He freaks out over a Canadian loon. This is like a whole thing in the Heated Rivalry community. He hears a loon, which like they make high-pitched noises. Yeah. He thinks it's a wolf, and he calls it a stupid Canadian wolf bird. It's fantastic. It's like peak comedy. And so everything is going great. They tell each other that they finally confess their loves to each other. And then they come up with this plan, and it's like, oh my gosh, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. This is great. We're going to just relax at the cottage. We're going to spend time together. Let's go out to the dock. Let's go swimming. Okay, we're swimming. We get out of the water. We're kissing. Dad shows up, and it's like, ugh. And then everything ends up being okay. But listen, I'm telling you.
Yeah. See, like,
that is a good sequence of events.
That's my thing. So that's kind of where it's difficult for me to like get into and access romance stories, because I feel like a lot of the plot is driven by people's inability to just say true things that they think and feel. And it sounds, I don't know like how extended that like, oh, we love each other, but we can't talk about it sequence was in the book. So like, did it commit that cardinal romance sin, or what is your opinion on that?
First of all, not a cardinal romance sin. It's like the best part of the job.
No, that's why I don't like
Here's the thing. So this entire book, I guess I didn't make it clear in my overview. The book goes from they meet when they are like teenagers.
Whoa, okay.
And they start hooking up right before their rookie season. And then it's like, I think 8-ish years. No. And it's going through this 8-ish years where they're and like the thing is like it's not like the whole time they're in love with each other and they're like pining. Mm-hmm. It like the feelings do develop slowly, but like it's very much about like we have to hide this because we cannot come out in the NHL, and all of this stuff. But like, so it's kind of like how they are growing and maturing together as people and not just a couple, and like how they slowly learn to care for each other and then like end up falling in love. So they're not like in love and hiding it from each other the entire time.
Listen, like yada yada yada, that's beautiful. I'm just saying, like, I knew my husband existed for like 5 months before we moved in together. I have all the ingredients for a lesbian. God just didn't throw the final switch. And like, that's definitely one of them, is like, I have a feeling it's out of my mouth. We're living together. So like this whole...
Okay, but are you the world's biggest hockey star?
Whoa,
and it's different. You're not in the same situation. It's fine. Nobody cares if you move in with your husband and get married and whatever. It's whatever. That's normal. You cannot. It's way higher stakes. Way higher stakes when it's the two best hockey players in the entire world. One of them is from Russia, who if they find out he's not straight, he can never go, which his family is terrible, and that's part of the book too, and he doesn't ever want to go back. So it's fine, but like, he can't ever go back to his home country. The NHL will like ruin them.
Sure.
It's like their whole careers would be ruined. Everything would be ruined if they came out. Sure. So I feel like it's a little bit different than you only knowing your husband for 5 months before you moved in.
I didn't say they had to tell the world. I'm saying they didn't even tell each other until my whole point. I do not have the patience for slow burn romance, because I feel like that's like the only thing that drives the plot forward. And if we remove
not
that,
really slow burn, they're doing it the whole time.
I mean,
it's not really a slow burn.
But like, are you there? And maybe you are. Again, this is not my genre. This is not my area of expertise. Are you there for the continued pleasure of reading these various sexual encounters? Or are you there for the eventual, like, compelling emotional moment where they confess each other's love?
It's both, ma'am. Okay.
Just
anyway. So also, Shane is like, is like having trouble even like admitting that he is gay and like trying to figure out what his sexual identity is. Like, they're still discovering themselves because they start off as teenagers. Sure. They don't know what they're doing. They just know it feels good, and they're gonna not think too hard about what that means. And then they're like, oh, we still like doing this. Oh, we like doing this a lot. And Shane's like, I only like doing this with a man. And Ilya's like, I like doing this with women, but like, I really like doing this with Shane. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot. They're growing up together. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Anyway, I will be defending my boys till the cows come home is all I'm saying. But that brings me to my favorite characters of this book. I've got a major character that's my favorite and a minor character that's my favorite. So my favorite major character is Ilya. And I think, like, you also asked me to talk about like a person I had a crush on. Well, a lot of these people in this series are fully gay, so it's kind of hard. But Ilya is bisexual, so you're allowed. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't feel weird having a crush on a bisexual man.
So I'm going to interrogate this. So you need at least the possibility of them returning those feelings to have to be crushing on the fictional character. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, if we're talking about like the actors in the show, like, I think they're both attractive, but like, I don't know. Right. You're right. We're not talking about the show. We're only talking about the book. You're right. And Ilya is just, first of all, absolutely hilarious. I'm cackling every time he tells a joke. I'm cackling. He's also just like, I don't know, like, he puts on this outer, like, I'm super tough and mean and hockey player and I don't like anybody and I'm gonna beat you up and all of this stuff, but like, he's actually so sweet and gentle, and he like is just always paying attention to Shane, like knows things about Shane that like if he didn't actually care about Shane, he wouldn't know. Anyway, Ilya is just he's he's my favorite. And then throughout the rest of the series, I don't want to like talk too much about it, but like essentially he is helping everyone in the rest of the series like be who they are and like be with the people. Like the fandom tends to refer to him as everyone's gay fairy godmother, and it's just perfect. And I absolutely love that. Ilya is the best. I do want to talk about a minor character whom I have not mentioned up to this point. Her name is Rose Landry. She briefly dates Shane. So there's a part in there where they're not talking, where Ilya and Shane are not talking to each other, and Shane is dating this girl named Rose. And the reason why I like her is because she is just so on Shane's side. She is like integral to helping Shane realize that he is gay and like that it's okay to be that way. And like I think it was just like her being accepting and okay with him helped him to be like, okay, like maybe this sport is not accepting of me, maybe my job is not, but like I know that even if everything fell apart, there are people who are going to love and accept me for who I am. And so I just love Rose, and I feel like she gets a lot of flack. And I love her. I will defend her till the day I die. I might also have a crush on Rose too. Who knows?
Yeah. And that's like, I feel like that experience of like being in a relationship, like when you are LGBT and being in a relationship that isn't ultimately right for you, and then like maybe you come out to that person. I feel like a lot of people have been on one side or the other of that situation. So having like a situation where it's modeled and like it goes really well, and that person is helpful and isn't just like skeeved out or angry or bitter. I just think that's a really like lovely thing to have depicted in art. I think that's great. I'm Team Rose too. I don't know anything about her, and I didn't know she existed before what you just told me, but I think she sounds incredible. And you know what? I think I have a crush on her too now.
I thought you didn't run that way though. I thought God forgot to turn on the final switch.
I know. I'm working on it.
But I don't think that's how that works. So we've talked a lot about the plot and the characters and stuff, but now I want to talk about the writer. The author, her name is Rachel Reed. She is Canadian, grew up watching hockey, all that stuff. I follow her on socials. Obviously, I don't know her, but she seems like a pretty cool person. I really enjoyed her writing throughout the entire series. I loved that she chose to write the books in third person. I feel like a lot of people who read romance do not like third person. They're very much first person point of view people, but I love a good third person point of view. I love being able to see what is going on in both heads, or, you know, I really enjoy third person. So I really appreciated that she chose third person instead of first person. She is really good at writing a story. I was engaged. Every single book of this series just sucked me in. There is not a single book in this series that I did not like. People are always asking me to rank these books, and I'm like, you want me to rank a perfect series? I can't. And like, reading is subjective, and you don't have to also think that it's a perfect series. Just know that I think you're wrong. But
again, this isn't for you, motherfuckers. This is for her. Okay.
You have to stop cussing at our listeners, or they're not gonna come back. Okay.
Some people like being negged. Some people are into big bossy people telling them.
Stop it. I'm so sorry, everyone. Listen. All right. I also I'm just gonna go back into my
that's fine. That's fine. Just do what my parents do and whatever, it's fine. Just go.
Oh my God. So I also every character in her book, I just feel like I just love the major characters, the minor characters. I am invested in every single one of their lives. I want to know how everyone ends up. I want to know everyone is happy. I want everyone to have a happy ending. I don't care if you were on 3 pages in the book or if the entire book was about you. I love you. And I cannot stop thinking about these characters. I cannot get them out of my head. I fall asleep thinking about them at night. Like, I'm telling you, it's an obsession, and I'm trying really hard to, like, because, like, some of these people in this fandom have been getting wild, especially with the TV show. They're doxing the actors, all this stuff, like, crazy stuff. And I'm like, here's the thing. I don't think that about the show. I'm not obsessed with the actors in the show. I'm obsessed with the story and the characters and who they are and how they end up and what happens to them in the story within Heated Rivalry. So I'm not a psycho. Please don't complain on threads about me.
Yeah, and like that's a thing. Like that's a psychological pain and trauma that just doesn't get acknowledged. Is like when you're the characters of a piece of media you're experiencing, especially like if it's a long form thing like a series or a long book. It's like, no, I like these people and care about them, and they don't really exist, and I'm gonna lay in a depression hole for a couple days after I've finished. Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Yeah. Connor Story and Hudson Williams are not my best friends, but Shane Hollander and Ilya Rosanov are my best friends in the entire world, and I love them. So, okay. And also all the other main characters in all the other books, and Rose, and Elena and Maria, and all of the people in all the side characters in all of the other books. I love them all. I love the Ottawa Centaurs. I'm telling you, she announced another book, another Shane and Ilya book, just like a week. So there's 6 books total in the series. So this will be book 7. This will be the 3rd book about Shane and Ilya.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So there's
world building. Gotcha.
Yes. So the first book is about the hockey player that kissed his boyfriend at the end of the Stanley Cup. Book 2 is about them. 3, 4, 5 are other characters but like it's still like they all are important, and it's almost like Shane and Ilya's story is threaded through all of those. Yep. And then we get to the last one, well, the 6th one now, where they kind of resolve the secrecy of their relationship, things like that, if all of that stuff. So I am really excited to see what is going to be. I think it's going to be super great. They're going to, at the end of the book, if you're not going to read these books, I'm going to spoil it for you.
Yeah, I'm not.
So at the end of the 6th book, they get married. They are out. They actually get outed on accident. It's like a whole big thing. But they're out. They're on the same team. They're married. They're working together. And like, I just know in book 7, they're going all the way to this. They're winning that Stanley Cup. I'm so excited for them and their team to win the Stanley Cup, because basically Ilya goes to this other team, the Ottawa Centaurs, and just starts like collecting queer hockey players, and like pretty soon the entire team is just going to be queer hockey players, and they're just going to be amazing. And he's just building this amazing, open and accepting queer hockey team that loves everyone, and they're changing the game.
I remembered what I was going to say about hockey. So my neighbor that lived across the street from me worked for the Pittsburgh Penguins in some capacity. I don't remember what he did exactly, but he got to have the Stanley Cup for like a week. Like they kind of pass it around to everyone. And he just sat in his driveway with that thing, and he ate cereal out of it, and he let people come up and look at it. But he didn't go inside that week. He was out there showing everybody that came by that Stanley Cup. That's all I had to say. That was it. You have this back.
If you could have the Stanley Cup for a week, what would you do with it?
Yes. Do we have a place for listener feedback? Do we have an Instagram, perhaps?
We do have an Instagram. If you will give me one moment to definitely not look this up on my phone, because I don't remember the Instagram handle.
It's Page and Pixel PC. That's PAGEANDPIXEL PC. That's how you find us. If you have questions for us, suggestions for us, if we got anything wrong at any point, you can keep that part to yourself. But anything else, if you want to talk about Stanley Cups, if you want to talk about the appropriate amount of time it should take to tell someone you love them, whatever your opinion is on this subject, we'd love to hear from you. even though this isn't for you.
Anyway, back to my question. What would you do if you had the Stanley Cup for a week?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't know. What would I do with the Stanley Cup? I definitely have a big party, and I would make some kind of like delicious cocktail, and we would all like pass it around and take. Wow, this is really starting to sound like communion, and I didn't mean it to, but like we would all like share a cocktail from the Stanley Cup and like have a party and maybe watch some like incredible like hockey fight mashups on the TV. I don't know. What would you do?
I've always been interested in like, I think I would like just try to eat as many different types of food out of it as I can. I'm putting guacamole in that thing. I'm putting cereal in that thing. I'm making pasta and putting it in that thing. I don't even know what else, but like I would probably try to eat everything out of it as I possibly could.
Boudoir pics with it. I'm going to do that too. Before people drink out of it.
That awkward silence. I'm so sorry. Brandon, my husband. Oh shoot!
We're gonna have to bleep that. Wait, do we have a code name? What's your husband code name?
We were coming up with it. We came up with it earlier. Shoot, what was it? Oh man, I totally had one earlier. We were talking about it in the car earlier, and now I can't remember what it was. Brandon's coming out.
Oh, we're gonna have to bleep it again. Stop it, Paige.
What was our nicknames?
It was Grumpy and Sunshine.
Oh, yes, Grumpy and Sunshine. My favorite trope in the romance genre is grumpy. It's a pairing, like a grumpy person and sunshine. So my husband is Grumpy, and my son is Sunshine.
That's cute.
Yes.
That's cute.
Yeah. And yours?
So my husband is Game Boy, and my child is Pop-Tart. Yeah. It's cute. It's cute, right? Do you have anything more to say to the people? Have you wrapped it up? Have you rung? Do you feel satisfied? Are you laying back on that pillow with a cigarette in your lips because you finally got this heated rivalry out of your system?
Fun fact, Ilya does that at some point. And
How did I know?
How did you know that the Russian man smokes cigarettes? I don't know. That just seems like a thing Russian people do. Is that racist? No, that's fine.
Oh, they're white.
They're white. Is it offensive, or do we not care? Okay. Anyway, we probably should stop here pretty soon, though. I don't have anything. I think I'm good. I mean, I'm still going to be thinking about them nonstop, especially now that we've got another book coming out. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I've gotten a lot of my thoughts out that nobody else I've been able to talk to, because I'm still like trying to get all my friends to read these books, and they're taking way too long to do so. Yeah.
And now Paige has me, and I'm not going to read the book, but I signed up to be told all about it anyway. Now, this has been episode number 1 of Paige and Pixel. Find us on Instagram. Once again, that's Paige and Pixel PC. Until next week, where we will be discussing Silent Hill F. All right. Take care, lovelies. We'll see you later.